Yes. Now that is what we were asking for. Was it everything? Look, it was great. So let's just stay in the moment. Alright, so this is the review for the Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 9, Battle of the Bastards. So let's jump right into this. This episode actually started off with they're back in Marine, Slaver's Bay, and of course they're being attacked by they're not even technically the slave masters. They're almost like the spokesman for the real slave masters. But anyway, Dany's back and Tyrion is quaking in his boots. He's so nervous that he actually goes and recants essentially the whole season for her as if she wasn't there herself to know what was going on. Well, she kind of wasn't. But it's just like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. He's telling her every little thing as if that all mattered. If she wanted you dead, you'd be dead. So just, let's stop this. She's laughing at you. I don't know if you realize this, Tyrion, but she's looking at you like, this is some bull. Did you really go and get me into this predicament? You're supposed to be the smart one. Come on now. But it was just like, I have a plan. This is why she is the queen. She has a plan. She's going to fight fire with fire. No more playing games. We're going to burn everything. We're going to burn their whole town, we're going to destroy everything. And Tyrion's like, hold up. That sounds a little bit like your father, you know, and he was crazy. So you remember you didn't want to be like him, remember? Yeah, so let's reel it back in. You can rain fire on the forces. That's not what he says, but this is probably what he's thinking. But even then, Tyrion is more so about the, let's meet some type of, let's compromise where no one really wins. She's like, yeah, that's cute, but I have a plan myself. The queen is back. Shut up and go fetch me something. I feel like that was the type of vibe she was giving. She was like, you done messed up. You done messed up. So they meet with the slave masters' pawns. That's what I'm calling them. The slave masters' pawns. Well, actually, two of them were actually the real deal. One was just one that came into power. And anyway, so they're having this conversation and they think that they're in charge. They're like, so here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna return the Unsullied that you got from us. They're going to be sold back into slavery. You're going to return back your translator. She'll be sold back into slavery. You will run with your tail in between your legs. And she was like, oh, wait. You thought this was a conversation. You thought you were in charge? No, let me show you what's really going on. Next thing you know, one of three of her dragons come. Look, I forgot his name. You know, the biggest one. And so he comes back, he flies down, and it's just like, yeah, so let me show you better than tell you. Because I'm able to actually do so. She goes, and while she's riding on his back, her other two dragons escape the dungeons, and they go and they come back home to mom. They come back home, and they are ready. So they're all flying together, and she says that magic word that essentially means, you know, attack, and rain fire on them. And she rained fire on all the forces, and took them out like that. Now, of course, there's still people on the ground fighting. Technically, her people. So, the, what was it? The Harpy of the Vale? Yeah, they're still infiltrating and killing off some of her people. So, next thing you know, the full Dothraki forces on all the horses from all over the world are in this one scene. And the soldiers are just going ham. Mother Dragons is destroying all the ships. And I'm like, wait, but you need some of those. Don't destroy all of them. Screw it. Destroy all of them. I want more destruction. More fire. Go for it. I was just so happy. I was just so happy. I was just so happy. I don't know how many times I need to say it. I was just so happy. So basically, after she was almost done doing that, that's when Tyrion and Grey Worm, they stepped in and it was like, so this is how things are actually gonna go. You're gonna go, and who's the person who technically orchestrated this whole thing? It was him! It was him! And essentially, the two original real slave masters were like, no, he is not of us. He just came into some power. That's the only reason why he's here. So, go and kill him. I'm like, this is Game of Thrones. You really think that giving up someone, taking the punk way out, will ensure your safety? Maybe before, but not now. So, Grey Worm goes and he slices the two other guys, and he tells the guy that they tried to get killed. I was like, Tyrion was like, go back home. Tell your people what has happened. And tell them that their queen will be coming. I was like, damn. There we go. I was so happy. I don't know how many more times I need to say it. I was so happy. Alright, now we get to some of the BS. We have Ramsay, who, Jon Snow and of course Sansa, Davis, Tormund, they all met up with him because this is where back in the day when they actually, instead of just flat out fighting with each other, they met with each other to see if they could come to some common ground. And a lot of times, that meetup was more so about rubbing salt in the wound for one side, more so for one side than the other. And that's what happened in this case because, of course, Sansa's over it. Sansa's looking like, why are we even here? That's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, Jon, you don't know him. So you're kind of talking to him as if you really have, like what you're saying actually matters to him. It doesn't. It doesn't matter to anyone. Ramsay is so pompous and so demented that no one can keep up with how he thinks because he's crazy. That's the truth. He is crazy. And the whole issue is, how do we even know, though, that our brother is still alive? How can we trust someone like you? And when he said he is alive, I believed him, and so did Sansa. It was like, Ramsay is conniving, he is evil, but he is a man of his word. Unfortunately, being a man of his word, there's nothing good there's nothing good about it. Just like you say, some people can't pray for you. This guy cannot pray for you because everyone who says they'll pray for you doesn't mean they have good intentions for you. Come on now. Anyway, oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. I go by Romie Omni on social media if you'd like to follow me on that. But back to the foolishness. Ramsay takes out this bag, rolls it out, and I'm like, wait a minute. Was that another direwolf? Where did this dead direwolf come from? What the? Was that a direwolf or was that just a wolf to kind of symbolize? Look, you know some of this stuff confuses me. I'm like, wait a minute now. This is some BS. This is some BS, but we're going to go past it. Sansa was like, we're ready to fight. We're going to fight. That's what we're actually going to do. Period. That's it. Blah. Now, after that, there's this whole chess meeting of, what do you call it? Jon was talking with Davis, who was talking with Tormund, and Jon, he really is underestimating Ramsay. He's really underestimating Ramsay, and I'm so upset about it. I'm like, Jon, you do not know Ramsay. Listen to your sister. Why don't you do that? Listen to Sansa. She was married to this man. Well, she is married to this man. She is technically a Bolton. She's not even technically a Stark anymore. And, well, she'll always be a Stark, but you know what I mean. And you're talking as if, oh, as far as battling him and all of that, it's easy. Well, not easy, but it's doable. She's like, look, he likes to play games. He loves games. You are not going to beat him in a fight because whatever plan you think will work, it won't. It won't. Just know that. And I really wish that he took that a little bit more seriously. Now, Davis goes, and that's when I saw something in Sansa. I knew that she never gonna let anything happen to you. I'm like, Jon, that's cute sentiment, but your track record is a little sketchy. Let's be real, Jon Snow's track record is a little sketchy. He tries so hard, but it's kind of like with even Dany has a lot more, a lot more under her belt as far as wins than losses. So that's what's like, Jon, listen to Sansa. But nope. All right. Tormund is talking with Davis, and right now they're trying to figure out, what the hell? Did this thing just shift? Yeah, sorry about that. Right now they're trying to figure out what's the best game plan. Well, not really. At this point, they're like, it's going to happen. Our forces are going to do what they do. We just got to be ready. And I guess they try to have like a moment of camaraderie. It was like, do you want a drink? It was like, no, I'm just going to go. I'm going to go and walk around for a while until I'm far enough from everywhere else so I can take a crap. I'm like, what? Only guys would come. Only two guys would have a conversation like that. Anyway, Davis is walking, and I'm like, isn't this ground supposed to be familiar? There's something familiar about this location. And it was, oh, this is where originally his friend's wife was burned along with his daughter because sacrifices had to be made. I think that's how that worked. You know, for the flame god, the fire god, whatever, because he found the little wooden, what is it called? The wooden deer or elk toy that he gave to her. I was like, oh. Now, they're back in Marine, and guess who's there already? Now, this is what I was surprised by. I didn't know how Game of Thrones was going to do it. I thought that they were going to spend a little bit more time developing like the side stories of how everyone meets up. But I'm glad that they did it this way, because I hate when shows give you like, it takes half a season for people who only have to talk for maybe like a couple of minutes to come together. So shout out to them for making this quick. So Yara and, what's his name? And Theon, they're there and they're talking with Dany. And essentially the conversation goes like this. We are from the Iron Islands. We are here to assist you. We have at least 100 ships. And of course, Dany asks, will that be enough? Tyrion's just like, combined with the ones that we have from Slavers, that we acquired from Slavers Bay, barely, but nah. And the whole thing was the conversation, which we knew it was going to go well, but it was like, alright, so why are you really here? Well, we had to run away from our uncle, because our crazy father was killed by our uncle, and now our uncle's trying to kill us. And so, it was like, so why would I not work with your uncle who has more forces and more ships? I wouldn't work with him because of the fact that he only wants to go and take what you have, add it to his own, make you his wife, and sleep with you. And he said this to us. And he's just like, an entitled man, I can believe that. And it was like, so technically, Theon, why aren't you trying to be the ruler of the Iron Islands? It was just like, because I'm not. I was like, what? What type of answer is that? But whatever. It's like, I'm supporting my sister. She's a true ruler. All of that. And you know Dany can appreciate a man who supports a woman and a strong woman. You know, she's all about that. And so, I appreciate it too. I love these shows where some of the women actually have more control and authority than some of these dumbass men. Like, what the hell? So, basically they come together. They come to an agreement. They agree that they're going to join forces. And again, I was just shocked. And of course the agreement means that Dany will be recognized as the true queen and ruler over everything. And that there will be no more raping, pillaging, fighting unnecessarily. Well, not unnecessarily. Period. On the Iron Islands. And the deal is they get their independence. It's like, alright. You accept me as the overall queen. I accept the fact that I won't meddle in any of your personal business. There we go. I was like, okay, I'll accept it. I'll accept it because it's like we have one episode left. So at least we have some of these storylines wrapping up, which I do appreciate, because I was thinking, are we really gonna have to go into season 7 to try and wrap up some of these storylines that don't need a full season dedicated to them? Now, we get past that, and the battle is about to begin. The battle is about to begin, but there's always some foolery. We're looking, I'm like, wait a minute. Rickon? Why is Rickon in? At first, I had to double check. I was like, wait, did they replace the actor? I was like, no. He just probably puberty kicked in between the last season or so, because he was a little kid the last time we saw him. Now he sprouted up, and again, because a lot of the guys on, especially the adults on this show, are shorter, a lot of the kids look big in comparison. So I had to just realize that. And so I was like, okay, is he going to kill Rickon? Is he going to kill him? Is he going to slice his throat? Nope. He lets him free. All right. He lets him go run to Jon Snow. I'm like, Lord Jesus, is he going to hunt him? Is he going to hunt him? Yep, he goes and hunts him. He shoots arrows. He keeps shooting arrows. And as he gets closer to Jon, we're like, okay, they keep missing. But I'm like, this is Ramsay. Ramsay isn't a bad shot. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, no, don't do it. They didn't even give... I'm like, wait, so how does Rickon get paid this season? Because I don't think he actually talked in season 6. No, he didn't. He didn't talk once in season 6. I think he had 2, maybe 3 scenes at most. What the hell? I want that kind of job. Anyway, so that last arrow, right as Jon thinks that he has Rickon, it shoots Rickon right in the heart. I mean, just dead center in the back of his in the back, and it goes right through and gets lodged in his chest. And he dies. He dies almost immediately. And Jon's pissed. He's like, screw this. He goes, gets off that damn horse, and well, no, not off the horse, but he's charging towards Ramsay and his forces. And here's where the foolishness happens, because Ramsay, of course, did this to bait Jon. He did this so that he can make it a situation where he goes and has his archers fire at Jon. Jon's horse gets damaged, and then Ramsay tells his forces to initially go and charge. And we're like, wait a minute. There's too much time left. Something's gonna happen. So yeah, that's when, of course, thankfully, Jon has people who are experienced with him, because they're the ones that are like, okay, charge, take action, do this, hold off. I mean, the battle would have been done a lot sooner if it wasn't for mainly Davis and Tormund. So they go and they have his back, and they're fighting. I mean, the fight scene was good. It really was. And it's like, all right, you see Jon slicing all these people. He's ducking, he's bobbing, he's weaving. It's like, woo! And I was like, all right. Keep going. So after that, it starts to get very clear that Ramsay has won. And I say that because Ramsay just keeps sending, like, it almost seems like a minimal amount of forces, and Jon just seems to be slowly but surely getting overwhelmed, and more of his forces have to come in and take care of business. And you have Tormund, who lunges in, and at this point him and his men, they're slowly dying, but they have to keep going. Everyone's starting to get take hits, and even Davis at this point's like, screw this, screw the archery, just go in there and try to help. And I'm like, wait a minute, what type of battle plan is this? Why is everyone charging in one direction? What type of battle plan is that? Because you know what happens? Ramsay's forces have shields. They use those shields to go and enclose, almost make a fully enclosed ring around Jon's army. And also, the only way out is this huge pileup of dead people. So they're also trying to get out that way, but that's not working because the rest of Ramsay's forces are right there. So they try to charge. I'm like, what the? Only only a wildling would charge at people with all these people with bills. I'm like, stop it. Alright, so they're still fighting, and it's very clear that he's like, charge, advance, advance. And that circle's getting tighter. And at one point, Jon gets, he falls, and everyone's fighting above him. And you can see that he's suffocating because, one, it must have smelled horrible there. The smell must have been unbearable. And then it was all hot. And so how do you expect someone to be able to even breathe? Now, Jon originally looked like he was pinned down by one of the enemy, but I couldn't tell if maybe that was one of his forces that were also like stand down, just simmer down type of thing. But anyway, I mean, it was getting bad. It was getting bad. Tormund was still alive, so shout out to him. He was still fighting, and then I'm like, wait a minute. We still have 10 minutes left. No, we have 11 minutes left. Wait a minute. This is looking really bad. Wait a minute. Sansa is not going back into slavery. Wait a minute. Jon Snow is not dying again today, or at least this season. Wait a minute. Who could possibly come in and save the day? I was like, where's Sansa? I don't know why, but I just kept thinking that this whole time. I was like, where's Sansa? And so, Sansa's forces come in and save the day. Yes, the Knights of the Vale come through and deliver in a way that Jon's forces could not. They come through and they are fully decked out in armor. Their horses, their weapons, their spears. You see Littlefinger, you see Sansa, and you just see, I'm like, damn. Look at all these people. They come in and take out Ramsay's army in 2 minutes. No, actually it was like a minute and 15 seconds. Done. And you see Sansa have this look of, yeah, so you told me not to worry about it, huh? So you said that you could take on Ramsay, huh? What you gonna do now? I was so proud of Sansa. I don't care whose help she requested in order to do it. I was so proud of her because she swallowed her pride, and at the end of the day, Littlefinger still loves her, likes her, whatever, enough to try and win back her affection. So why not use these men? These men have been using you all of your life. Start using these men. Go for it. And so at this point, it's Jon, it's Tormund, and it's also, what do you call it? It's also the Giant. And the Giant breaks through because Ramsay goes back into Winterfell and he closes the gate. The Giant's like, not today! And that gate comes down. I mean, he even had an arrow in his hand and he was just like, ugh, boom! So the gate comes down, their forces charge in, and they're so dumb. The Ramsay's people are so focused on killing the Giant that they don't even try to attack the other forces. I'm like, wait a minute. And the Giant's slowly dying. And Ramsay delivers the final arrow to kill him. And he shoots him in the eye. And I'm like, alright, Ramsay. This is where you die. You are dying today. I don't care what anyone says. You are dying today. So it was basically just like, Ramsay was just like, yeah, Jon, I'll take you up on that offer again if it's still available. That offer of it being one-on-one. Because now all of Ramsay's forces are dead. Except for him. So it was just like, okay, all Jon had was a shield. Ramsay keeps shooting him with a bow and arrow. Bow and arrow. Bow and arrow. Jon's just like, bam! 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 This is for Sansa! This is for Rickon! This is for me! I hate you! I hate you! Ah, I was so happy. I was like, kill him! Kill him! Wait, no. Make him suffer. Don't kill him yet. And Sansa comes in, looks at him, and is just like... And so then eventually she was like, okay, so where'd you take Ramsay? Because, of course, they're going to bury... they're going to put Rickon in the same crypt as their father. So, there is that. Now, Ramsay is stuck in a dungeon, in a cell. And I'm like, oh, look how the disgusting... have fallen. Disgusting have fallen. And Sansa goes and talks with him, and he was just like, you know, at the end of the day, this is not the end. I will make my triumphant return. I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do whatever. I still own you. I still own you. I still own you. I'm still a part of you. I'm not going anywhere. Sansa was just like, your words will disappear. Your face will disappear. Your house will disappear. You'll disappear. You'll not be remembered. No one will care about you. So, yeah, I think I did win. I really think I did win. And again, Ramsay's still being cocky as ever. And you see these hounds. I'm like, what the? I was like, those hounds look familiar. Why do they look familiar? Oh, it's his. It's the ones that he kept sicking people on. All these past 2 seasons or so. And so I'm like, oh, Sansa, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You would. And he was like, they're not going to attack me. I trained them. She was like, yeah, but you left them to starve for 7 whole days. They're not your hounds anymore at this point. And it started to lick his face, lick his face, lick his face, lick his face, lick, bite, bite. Bite! I was just like, he was like, oh! I was like, yes! And Sansa was so happy. Sansa walked away while he was dying. She was just like, I was like, Sansa, stop it. So that was pretty much it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Come back next week. It's next week's is going to be Cersei's turn. It's going to be Marjorie's turn. It's going to be, yeah, they're just going to try and wrap things up and also leave some type of cliffhanger. You know how they do. So, yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week.